Hey guys, Alex Sturgeon here for yet another unboxing today, and I'm excited because this is the RBX10 RYFT from Horizon Hobby and Axial Racing, and I kind of got a surprise. This was handed to me this weekend, and finally got rid of all the weekend stuff I had to get done, and now I'm here to take this thing, open this thing up, and take a look at it. I do want to get, this is actually our store truck, so we are going to get some action footage and maybe do like a test review sort of thing. But at the current moment, it's like 0 degrees outside here in Middle Earth, Nebraska, and we want to give it a chance to thaw out a little bit. And I got some sites kind of picked out on where I want to go and drive it and everything, and once it gets warm enough, we'll do that. But for now, we're going to get you guys the unboxing. So I'm pretty happy I got the orange one. There's a black one too, but the orange is just a unique color, so I'm excited to get that out of there. Let's move this off to the side here. Okay, so first impression just right away, it's big. It's a big guy. So rock bouncer, you know, it's kind of meant to climb up hills and go really fast and have lots of power. It's got those long stroke shocks to it. The new axles are pretty cool. They got metal diff covers, but also on the front here you can see that the servo is kind of embedded into the axle, so that's pretty cool. You don't see that very often. Usually your forelink is kind of lower and the servo kind of sits on top or maybe even off to the side, but this one is right in line. The other thing about the servo too, it has a built-in servo saver. There's actually these 3 really strong metal rings that are captured inside of that saver. So should be able to protect that servo from getting beat up. Metal links, let's flip it over here real quick. So that's good. Metal links, looks like 4mm rod ends, and really smooth. I like this right here, how this is just really big, wide, and smooth. Not much things to catch as you're hopping up hills and stuff like that. These new larger center drive shafts looking pretty good. They got the metal ends in here. No doubt there's a screw going through that tightens those guys onto it. The fronts should be universals, so let's see if you can get in there. You can see that right there. There'll be metal universals throughout. One cool thing you can kind of see is it's got simulated brake discs, so that's pretty cool. Just a little bit more realism. I like to say faux, F-A-U-X, faux. They're faux brake discs. I'm pretty sure that this is the servo box right here, and if you flip it up, you can kind of see how it is. It's kind of embedded pretty deep in the truck, but also, you know, it adds more to that waterproof side of things. So even though we can take this out in the snow and everything, and I totally intend on doing it, I just don't want to do it when it's 0 degrees outside. I'm afraid just that cold temps, I don't want to break it right away. So inside of that receiver box is the 6-channel receiver, so that's pretty cool, because normally you just get the little chintzy 3-channel receiver. Here's the battery tray, if I can get my pudgy fingers to open it up. And you can see right in there, that's where the battery goes. It's got IC5 connectors, pretty much standard on all the bigger cars from Horizon now. You got the Firma 130 amp speed controller, and I think it's really neat how they stuck that right there, right in the center, basically center console of your interior. And you got a couple dudes there, and already painted up for you. Back here, this fuel cell, it can also be intended to be like a weight box. So you can actually unscrew that and shove some weight in it to kind of counterbalance the truck a little bit. Big 2.2 size wheels and tires. These are Super Swampers. So TSL Bogger Super Swampers. Real big and soft. The motor is a 2200 kV, and it's really deep inside of there. You can kind of get it right in there. But at 2200 kV, I mean, that's basically what would be say in like a e-Revo, you know, as far as a motor size go. So this can handle 3 or 4 cell battery packs. So we're talking lots of power. That's one of the things that has to do with how big it is and just how beefy the drive shafts are now, why it uses the metal front universals, and why it's got the big 2.2 tires. If I had to say anything, it's definitely its own truck, but it definitely reminds me of kind of along the lines of a Wraith or a bomber. It's definitely not just another bomber though. It's its own deal for sure. And you know, that axial cage, they're really good about molding those cages to look realistic, but also to be strong and able to withstand a lot of abuse. And then also one thing I wanted to show here, it looks like, if you look here, to me those look like sway bar mounts. So my guess is one of the aftermarket pieces we're going to get for this guy is some sort of sway bar mount. So actually it should go right here. You can kind of see the balls are already in place, so I would imagine they'd come back here and then go down there. Another thing that strikes me right away, or when I saw this, was just how offset the drive shafts are. You can see they're way off to the side. Here's your transmission. That's your gear cover right there. Be interesting to see if there's any torque lift or torque steer when you get on the gas with this thing, especially with a 4S battery in it. I'm curious to see that. So let's see what else is in here. So you have your DX3, which is good. So your $79 radio that you get with this. What I like about the DX3s is they're inexpensive, but they don't have that cheap feel to them. You know, they feel like a $70 radio or so. It's got all their necessary knobs and everything that we use: brake rate, steering trims, that sort of thing. Your AVC rate. What I really like now about all the Spectrum stuff and all the Horizon Hobby stuff, whether it be from Arma, Low C, or Axial, is you do have this throttle limit, which is really important. So you can take this, put a 3-cell in it, hand it over to your kid at 50%. Should go really slow, and give them a chance to kind of get acclimated to it before you crank that baby up to 75 or even 100%, and let them go wild and break it all over the place and all that stuff. So that's pretty nice. And then we got batteries, don't know, and instruction manual. Maybe I should look at the instruction manual to figure out what these are, but we know nobody actually does that. Who reads instruction manuals? Not this guy, usually. No, I do. Actually, I do, and it's. But anyways, for right now, we won't. But yeah, so there you go. That's the Axial RBX. So it sounds like these things aren't going to actually be out until late March, early April. But we here at the HobbyPlex, we got our hands on one now, and we're going to put it through its paces. Like I said, at the moment, here in Middle Earth, Nebraska, it is literally 0 degrees outside. So we're going to wait a little bit until it warms up to give it its full abuse test. So look for that video coming soon. But for now, I wanted to do the unboxing for you guys and give you my first impressions. And yeah, I'm excited to get this thing going. It's going to be a fun addition to my RC car collection. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it right now. So that's it. Make sure you subscribe, like, tell your friends. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll make another video for you soon.